Jai Gurudev, welcome Bhanuma, Pranam. Thank you so much for being here and joining us today. We are at the conclusion of our week-long online festival Sadhana Saptaha, and it's the first time we have done this, and with almost 50 different artists who contributed from different parts of the world. And today we are all here just to meet you. And to everyone here, we have with us Bhanumati Narasimhan, our Gurudev's sister, a leading light in the art of living and an artist par excellence. And I'd first like to introduce Pandit Umakant Gundecha ji, who is here with us from the Drupad Gurukul, Drupad Maestro of India, who has contributed by giving us a daily concert with him and his students, sharing a discourse and a performance every day. I also welcome Dr. Puru Dadich, who has been a part of ALAP by conducting regular workshops at our Markal Ashram and currently running a course on the Sampurna Ramayan of Tulsidas along with his wife, Dr. Vibha Dadich. And we had a performance by the soon-to-be daughter-in-law, Harshita. Welcome. We have with us Padma Sharmaji and Gauri Sharmaji from Mumbai, from the Lucknow lineage, who were part of our festival through a talk involving their 4 generations of journey in Kathak. We have with us Paulami Mukherjee from the Nritya Darpana Alap Kathak Reference Library, the first of its kind in India, a reference library dedicated completely to Kathak with more than 400 books from the Kathak world as part of our library's feature. Also joining us today are a number of volunteers who were a part of the festival and the co-curators of the festival, Priya Jayant and Sabina De Silva. Special mention for Pranati ji and Shankar ji, our design team, who really helped us put the festival together in a very short time. Thank you for being here. I request... We have with us Meghna Sunil, Veena Bhatt, Vardini ji, all of whom are regular teachers for the ALAP online classes that have started since June, who have joined us here today. Renu Sharma ji, who presented a beautiful Tulsi Ramayan and Katha Pravachan for us on Sunday in the opening of the series. Joining us from Mumbai, prime disciple of Pandit Birju Maharaj ji. Bhanuma, all our artists have sent some questions for you, and we requested Srividya to please ask you a few of them. Srividya is a favorite of all of ours always. She is the face of dance for our art of living. Thank you, Srividya, for being here.
Namaste. So nice to be with all of you. Congratulations once again for ALAP for such a grand event. Especially during such unprecedented times, your enthusiasm has not come down at all. You have really helped many artists to connect and also many students to be benefited by this beautiful event. I congratulate you once again. I'm very honored to be among all of you. In fact, art is such a innate nature of oneself. And art is nothing but appreciation of life. So it is the spiritual nature of art is what takes us to our depth. That artist has depth because of their that speciality of connecting to the spiritual, the spirit within themselves, through their art, and connect others also with that expression. How you are all doing so much of service in so many ways, making people happy and relaxed, and also have that space of connectivity for themselves through your art. I can take some questions. Yeah. What are the questions, Srividya? But I once again congratulate all the maestros, all the grand teachers here who are assembled, gurus of your own, in your own, capacity. You're
I
all
welcome I welcome Shashwati Senji, who just joined us on behalf of Pandit Birju Maharaj and the entire Kalashram fraternity, who have contributed a daily series for us, Kathak Saptaran, where every day they have given us a video as part of the festival. Welcome, Shashwati ji.
Yes, we are very fond of Biju Maharaji. Maharaji is our favorite. We once again thank you so much for your contribution. I remember very well how much you all have helped in our World Culture Festival. Sri Vidya has been telling me about all of you. It's great to be amidst you all.
So the first question is related to meditation, Amma, because everybody knows.
Can you hear her? The first question is related to meditation.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay.
So the first question is, since you're a world-renowned meditation teacher, what is the relevance of artists and meditation? Often we have artists saying that they experience a meditative state through their dance or music itself. So is it necessary to meditate then?
So, as you rightly said, artists do feel meditative when they are performing or they are practicing their art, because art is such a thing that you go so deep in yourself. If it's dwelling deep within oneself is the perfection of any art. But the thing is, while we are practicing, that is, I can tell you, for many artists who are really reached that level, it is even their expression of art itself is like a meditation. But for all the, I would say, for learners, beginners, it is necessary for them to also meditate and then understand. When you meditate, in fact, I would say how meditation works. In life we have two things. We need rest, and also we need to be active, right? So this whenever we need to energize ourselves, even for any art, whether you're a dancer, musician, a painter, what you need to have is energy, enthusiasm, all these things we need to replenish every now and then. So that is when, in fact, art is a dynamic expression of our energy, but whereas we need to replenish it. How? So there are two ways. One is pravritti and nivritti. When you do pravritti, you are out there in the world, expressing yourself, teaching others, helping others to be happy, giving happiness to others through your art. All these things are mostly outward journey. So when you need to go inward to replenish that same energy for you to express yourself outside. So nivritti is what we call meditation, wherein you go to the source of the joy, from where you got inspiration, where you got the creativity, that sroth, they say the source. You go in touch with the source is what is meditation. Then you are able to, in fact, maintain that energy, that calmness, that serenity of mind, which is necessary for any expression of art, I would say. So it is necessary. Otherwise, I have heard also many artists saying that, oh, I got burned down, all the time I'm doing this. So in fact, because nowadays there is so much of competition also, even in the field of art. We run with so many things, so many different ideas, which are not traditional also. Then we have conflict within ourselves only, whether we need to follow certain things. So all these things, in order to get clarity of mind, we need to meditate. Then best, and then you can have all the freedom of expression, and how to express yourself better. How your communication skill will improve a lot. Many artists, if you see, we all have that problem. We don't we feel that they are not understanding us. Many people don't understand us or the way we express. This is nothing but communication, gap. So that can be definitely improved with meditation, because you have greater ability for your dwelling deep into your creativity and intuitive power. That is the advantage of meditating. Regular meditation makes you so intuitive, so it definitely helps in communication skills. And then you will be also happy, you make others also happy. Yeah. So that is my observation, right? There are many ways to express, but this is how I have understood.
So the next question is, we have so many skilled and talented artists out there, and many of them have an equal amount of training, and many of them have had years and years of sadhana, so to speak. But yet, there is a certain presence that some people have and some others don't. For example, all your chants and your bhajans, every time even a new person hears, they have an immediate experience of the shloka or the hymn being chanted. So, how can, as an artist, we develop that presence to come out in our art?
Thank you very much for saying that. But then here again, I would attach all the all these compliments. I would say it's all because of the grace of my master, Guru's grace, and also because of the meditation techniques, that he has taught us. In fact, it really, I have seen this time and again. People who are spiritual, who meditate, who have a sense of calmness within themselves. It is who knows to get in touch with their own self. That is the contentment, space of contentment, where when you are there, then you can express yourself better. Maybe your presence also is cleansed, I don't know. But definitely, when you meditate, the presence is cleansed, because we don't have that many times our artists do have this either we feel connected to everybody, or we feel like a recluse. We want to be alone all by ourselves. There is some barrier there, because many people cannot communicate so well. I'm talking about in general artists in general. I'm not please don't take me amiss. If you, I hope this is another angle. Okay. So what happens to them is, most of the time there is a complex. This, either we feel inferior or superior, maybe, I don't know. So that complex, the mind becomes complex, you can say. All these complexities can be handled through meditation and pranayama, in fact, because they say, the attending to the breath is like the highest parantapa. When you the pranayama is said to be the highest penance. So it is necessary to have control over ourselves, so that your communication, you express better in whatever field we are there, and we excel also well in that. So I once again tell, in any field we need a guru, right? See, our first guru was our mother, then father, then our school teacher, everybody was, and then we had a guitar master, guru, we have like that. And all these guru paramparas have been, is the contribution, is the best contribution of our culture to the whole world, in fact. And how we revere and respect our masters, our gurus, right? Like that, we need guru in every field. And we also need a guru for our inner connection, inner journey. That is for our Atma, like sakshatkar, you can say, for that self-realization. For that, spirituality is so important. Then that's why many people have told me that I have my own guru. Is it necessary to have another guru? But our guru in our uh, guru means they are the, in our any field there is a guru, that is our guide. They are the highest for us. But when we need to have assistance for our inward journey, so we definitely need a spiritual master for that, spiritual guru. Through them we can find the inner peace, inner depth, and outer dynamism is easier for us, expressing that. That's my experience.
You already answered. We had got a question. Do I need a spiritual guru even though I have a artist guru? So that has already been answered. Could you share an instance of how Gurudev mentored you in your talent or in your journey as an artist?
That's a long story. In fact, I didn't learn everything fully, like in fact, in this side, South Indian families, especially Brahmin families, there is, as soon as the girl is born, she is the Mahalakshmi of the house. She has to learn everything. Before she goes into another house, you have to learn music, you have to learn singing, dancing, veena playing, everything, whatever is there, they will be introducing her. Everything she has to learn. But once she goes to the mother-in-law's house, there she has to listen to them, whatever they do, whether if they say don't dance, don't do anything, you have to listen to. Those were the days like that. But then I feel that when you are introducing any sort of art at an young age, they really develop so much of awareness, and then they get in touch with their creativity. And when you're confident, you're so creative, and you know many things, you can multitask, multi-dimension skills are there, you get a contentment. That contentment really speaks through your personality. In those days, all the art were taught to you for your personality development. In fact, you learn all these things, then they will say, oh, she's so talented, they are so talented, they're such great artists. And also they will say, so that means they are also cultured. In order to culture you, your feelings, your emotions, also art was a means those days. And it was never a matter of competing with somebody, or you have to achieve this height. There was no such comparison at all. Everybody was unique. Whatever you have learned, you are the best. That used to be the value system we all grew up with. So it was not. Some people would pursue even after marriage. Some will not. They will have their own other things. They will bring up healthy children, healthy family. That's also a contribution, isn't it? So these were the ancient ways to. So when we were all small, I used to learn all that dance and veena, and then also music. So then I left everything. I didn't finish everything like that, because then I was studying in BA, then I got married. But at least I completed. So they used to tell me, oh, jack of all, like that. My uncle used to tease. So I told him, I took it as a challenge, and I completed my master's degree in Sanskrit. Then I said, no, master of one at least. And so those days, it used to be like, everything, but you're not going in the field, and then you're not exposed as much as the children are exposed now. Even small children are exposed on the stage. We never used to, our teachers used to say, you have to learn fully, complete all your things, and then you will get Arangetram. There's a very nice system was there in those days. And also for singing and all. One day what happened, Gurudev made me go and speak. And 10th year of our Art of Living, there were so many, all our international guests were there. It was in, I still remember. Do we have time for all the stories? So it was in the great Chaudaya Memorial Hall in Bangalore is there. Now so many people were there, all VVIP guests were there. And I was told to go and speak, and I was not prepared at all. I thought somebody else will speak and all that. I was very confidently sitting in the front row, and I was called to speak. And I don't know what I spoke, but from that day onwards, I speak something. I hope you all are also. Now, that is how your Guru introduced you to, like he made me have the confidence also, that to communicate to people, whichever caste they are, whichever background they are from. He just told me to go and speak. That's it. Like that. Also, he made me sing. Also, in one of his lectures, he just called me. I was just sitting in the front row, carrying his water bottle and all, and there were so many people. It was in the US, and then he told me that sing something. Before beginning his lecture, he made me sing, and then I closed my eyes, and he said, "Close your eyes and sing." And from that day onwards, I started singing in public. No, there was no fear. So like that, Gurudev really removed that inhibition from me in 1 minute. Till then, I never even thought that I can sing in public like that. So when your master tells you something, then it becomes a reality. They just don't say it for the sake of it. They guide you. So this is my experience in my spiritual field. When we were small, of course, we had our own fun. I have written a book on Gurudev on the Plateau of the Peak, and that I have written stories about him as a small boy. You can read that. All of you can read. It is a good, interesting read. But other than that, I'm very happy that you're all doing so much human service in the field of art. In fact, as I said, art is nothing but an expression of life. Expression of life itself is an expression of art also. If you see, God is such a, divine is such a great artist. He's created all of us, so many colorful people and so many beautiful things around us. To have an eye for the beauty in nature, beauty in yourself, beauty in the self is an art itself. So Alap is doing a very nice work in promoting such wonderful art and bringing so many maestros together in itself is a great achievement. We are so grateful for all of you to have participated in this wonderful initiative by Ala. Thank you so much for listening to me. Someday we'll all meet when this pandemic is over. Please come to Ashram, and we want to experience your art also. I know you're also talented, and thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Baluma, for that beautiful sharing about our life itself being an expression of art. Before closing, I'll quickly introduce a few other volunteers and artists who joined us as you were speaking. Ramya Kapadia from the USA, a singer in the Bollywood movies as well as an excellent Bharatanatyam dancer. Uma Trigunayaji, who's our oldest performer of the week at 84. She's a dynamic young lady from Lucknow. She's never old, and she gave us beautiful poetry on how Ma Yashoda is telling Krishna not to go out to play because Corona is something he should be aware of. So thank you, Umaji, for that humorous poetry.
Thank you.
And thank you to Supriya, Sabarish, and Shankarji and all the other volunteers from the social media team. Thank you, Srividya. And going forward, lot more such events and activities we are going to do under Srividya ji's direction to take ALAP activities and lot more courses and programs in ALAP forward. Thank you so much, Manuma, once again for being here. Jai Gurudev.